It's an honor to stand before you today as we gather to remember, reflect, and most importantly, celebrate together the resilience that has defined our nation since that fateful day 23 years ago. On September 11, 2001, our world was forever changed. We witnessed acts of unspeakable horror and loss, but we also saw individuals step up to serve their country and communities, driven by a deep sense of duty to one another. First responders rushed into danger, some sacrificing their lives to save others during the devastating attacks. Their selfless actions on that tragic day are a testament to their courage and unwavering commitment to their duty. In the days and weeks that followed, more first responders from across the country volunteered to travel to Ground Zero, working tirelessly in the aftermath to assist with rescue and recovery efforts. Their dedication and resilience in the face of unimaginable destruction reflect the very best of humanity, reminding us of the profound impact of their service and importance of honoring their memory. Other individuals, many of whom were just beginning their adult lives, made the selfless decision to stand up and protect the freedom and values that define who we are as Americans. They chose to leave behind their families and friends to take up the mantle of military service. Some of them are with us today, while others have made the ultimate sacrifice. Today we remember together those who made that ultimate sacrifice, like Corporal Patrick O'Day from our Santa Rosa community, who gave his life in service to our country during the Iraq War. But it wasn't just those who enlisted after 9/11, like Patrick, who deserve our recognition. We must also honor those who continued their service, who extended their tours, who went back into harm's way time and time again to ensure that the threat of terrorism would never again strike so deeply into the heart of our nation. As we look back on the days following 9/11, we can't help but remember the extraordinary sense of unity that emerged in the wake of such profound loss. On September 12th, 2001, a powerful sense of resilience swept across the nation as Americans from all walks of life came together in the face of unimaginable tragedy. The events of the previous day had shaken the country to its core, but in the aftermath, something remarkable happened. People united in their grief and determination, setting aside differences to support one another and rebuild. Communities rallied together, displaying an outpouring of compassion, generosity, and solidarity. The resilience sparked on that day became a defining characteristic of the nation, showing the world that even in the darkest times, the American spirit is unbreakable. It was a moment when the strength of unity, hope, and resolve shone through, guiding the country forward in the face of adversity. Let us remember together that the spirit of resilience is not just something we look back on, but something we live every day. As we reflect on the many ways our nation has shown remarkable resilience, we're also witnessed a quieter, more difficult reality for some, one that calls for our deepest compassion and understanding. As we reflect on the resilience that has guided us through the challenging times, it's important to also remember those who faced struggles that were too heavy to bear alone. For some, the emotional toll of their experiences became overwhelming, leading them down a difficult path. These individuals, who are no longer with us, remind us of the importance of compassion and connection. Today, let us gently honor their memory by recommitting ourselves to being there for one another, offering support, understanding, and a reminder that no one has to face their challenges alone. Our strength as a community lies not only in our endurance, but in our care for those who may need a helping hand. As we reflect on the importance of connection and community, it's also vital to recognize the impact that having a renewed sense of purpose can have in our lives. Finding a new purpose and mission can be transformative, especially for those who have faced significant challenges. When individuals engage in meaningful work or volunteer efforts, they often rediscover a sense of direction and fulfillment. That renewed purpose not only provides a reason to get up each day, but also fosters a deep sense of belonging and contribution. It instills hope as it reminds us that we still have much to offer and that our actions can make a difference in the lives of others. This sense of purpose can be a powerful motivator, helping individuals to navigate difficult times with resilience and optimism. As we come together today, let us carry these reflections with us, not just as memories, but as guiding principles for how we move forward in honoring those who have served and those we have lost. We recognize the power of community and the strength found in our shared experiences. By building and supporting our community, we make life better for everyone, creating connections that help us all move forward together. Before I close, so the next person can speak, Chief, that's you. It's important to acknowledge that the foundation of any strong community begins with the act of showing up. By being here, you've already taken that crucial step, demonstrating your willingness to connect and support one another. I applaud each of you for your openness and commitment to being part of this informal social gathering to remember together. Now I'd like to invite you to take a moment to reach out to the people who are around you. Just say hello, shake a hand. I know you've been doing that all morning, which is great. Or just share a couple of words, and then Chief will step up as we move through this time of shared togetherness. We turn this gathering into a true community, united in our shared experiences and mutual support. Thank you all for coming.
My name's John Cregan. I'm our Chief of Police here in the city of Santa Rosa, and one of our goals is to better connect with our military community here in Sonoma County. And we have so many veterans. We were just talking with our team about the number of veterans that we have here, and we were looking at, we have plus 35, both in our civilian and sworn ranks at the Santa Rosa Police Department, that have served in our militaries in all of our different branches, and it's something we're really proud of. And September 11th is such a somber time for all of us as we remember the tragedy that occurred on that day. I was a patrol officer working graveyard that night, and we were just finishing up our shift when it happened. I remember us looking and going like, what's going on? And then went home and slept for a couple hours and then woke up and the world had changed. But what I saw that day was like what we see every day, the incredible men and women, NYPD and the fire department there, not running away from danger, but running to danger to be able to assist those people. So many people lost their lives there, but it's something that we also saw change in America, where people were jumping up and saying, hey, I want to be a part of some of this change and joining our military ranks. And we're so proud to have many of those serving here locally with the Santa Rosa Police Department. But we really want to continue to outreach and make connections with so many of the veterans that we have here today and those who we'll see for the future here. And those are some of the things that we're investing in. The city of Santa Rosa, we have our in-response mental health support team of trying to help more people who are coming back from serving overseas and serving in our military and getting the help and the assistance that they need right here, and making sure if they have interactions with law enforcement that we have the right resources to provide them and then give them the help they need. And that's something that we're incredibly proud with, but we just are honored for the invitation here today to meet with some of our local veterans, to get to know from some of our officers and our command staff members here. But we want this to be just one step forward, that we continue to this, that you see Santa Rosa police officers at these events, connecting with their community, getting to meet some of our local heroes that have served in the military across the country. But thanks so much. And this is such an important day for our team as we honor some of the sacrifices that we saw there on 9/11 and the multiple sacrifices we've seen across our country internationally in war and other acts where our veterans stepped up. So thank you so much for your service. Appreciate it.
Thank you. The reason why I feel that it is the reason why I feel it is a good thing is because during 9/11, it was a time when we were able to come together. We were able to come together as a community, and we were able to come together as a nation. And I think that we know that we've done it once, and actually we've done it a few times, but that we need to keep doing it, and we need to continue to come together and support one another, whatever that support looks like. So I always tell, people, I think that when you ask people how they are doing, right, it's very important that you have a few minutes to really know how they are doing. And to give the answer that you're doing fine or you're doing great or everything's okay, what does that actually mean? What does it mean that you're doing fine? What does it mean that you're doing great? What does it mean that you're doing okay? So to give some more substance, but to actually be there for people. A lot of people in our community are hurting. They just want to have an ear to listen. And those can be veterans, those can be civilians, those can be our law enforcement, our public safety. But I think that we all owe it to one another to be available and to be there for that person. And also, there could be people that you think are not so nice in the community. But take a step back and actually think about why it is that they may not, maybe they're having a bad day, maybe something happened to them, maybe they're just waiting for the person that they can take it out on, but don't be that person. Take a step back and know that you don't have to internalize what other people are going through, that people have to go through their process. So really, I'm just happy to be here and to spread the word that I think that we can continue to unify, to see our community through some tough times and know that people are going through some tough times. And thank all of you for your service, whether your service was overseas, here, or whether you are in public safety, whatever you have done, because I think that we're all providing a service to the community, whether you know it or not, you're providing a service to the community. So I'm hoping it is a great, positive, good one, and that you're going to keep providing that service and doing what you're doing, but that we're going to band together. And I also know that Veterans Day is coming up, so I'm hoping that everyone will be able to come out and celebrate our veterans at Santa Rosa City Hall this coming Veterans Day. So thank you again for being here, and much love to all of you.
Sharon Marts. I'm the proud daughter of a disabled American veteran who was able to get access to disability and other services after his Parkinson's diagnosis from Agent Orange exposure during Vietnam. I'm also a person who was in Manhattan on 9/11, and it was because of people like you and your sacrifice and your service who have kept us all safe, defended us, defended our freedoms, from the people in the military to the people in the police department, all the first responders. We couldn't be more grateful. I'm speaking just as a general public member, and I'm also a member of AmeriCorp. It's a program for those of us kind of like the Peace Corps who are able to serve our community, and it's, like I said, my honor to be here today. I did leave a flyer out. If anybody is interested in going to the YMCA and doing a 9/11 memorial stair climb, you are welcome to come in for free, and the information is at the table over there. And we just, again, want to have more ways for you to access opportunities to remember what happened on 9/11, where we'll never forget. Thank you.
Now Mike's is going to donate a portion of their funding or funds today to DAV for the Patient Transportation Network. And what that means is, for myself, I work for the Sonoma County Veteran Service Office, and we get phone calls all the time from Korean War vets to Vietnam vets to even, we still got a couple World War II vets still around, and they can't get to their medical appointments, and they can't all get onto the bus systems. So what this will do is be a door-to-door service. So they'll call the DAV with their scheduled appointment. The DAV will pick them up from their door and drop them off right on time for their appointment, so they can get to their appointments. It's very essential, I would say. A lot of, I don't think it's just for the medical. I think some of these elderly veterans that we have are also lonely. And some of them don't have family here anymore, and they're at home all day, and they just want to go to the VA and talk, and that's perfectly fine, and we'll be glad to give them a ride. So it's a great service, and I'm glad it just got started. So buy a piece of pizza today, or chicken wings, or what else? Salad.
The other part is volunteers.
Oh yeah, and we need a lot of volunteers. There is a lot of veterans. Our last count was 22,000, right now in Sonoma County, and about 1/3 of them are in the over 60 age. They need help with getting to their appointments.
All they have to do is volunteer 1 day a month to drive.
All you have to do is volunteer 1 day a month to drive. And you don't use your own car. DAV provides you with a vehicle. I'll let the DAV guy explain it.
Hey, I'll try not to be Jamie's puppet at the time, because, you know, she could have came on up here. She's great. She does a lot of things for the community. 48, they've been on fire for a while. I just got to remember to hold on to this. So one of the things that I do or have done is I was the commander for the 117 in Petaluma. I'm also part of the VFW. You name it. A lot of you out here have probably got 4 or 5 different organizations you're in. I'm sure the police department, the fire department, everybody else has got it. But we're all fighting for the same people. And I know that 9/11 woke up the giant, but it wasn't just to go fight war. It was about the veterans. The veterans have passed, the first responders, everybody that's done supporting, as the mayor would say, supporting our society. And I'm glad that we've been able to start looking at and towards ourselves and start seeing it forward. One of the things that we do at Petaluma VFW is that we want to have First Responders Friday. So every Friday, the first Friday of the month, we do first responders, and what that is, family members, kids, wives, husbands, they come in, they're first responders, they can talk to each other. It's a safe place for them. It's not like going down to one of the clubs where they got to watch everything and they still got to watch their back just like anybody else. It's just smart. But it's the part about getting them together and realizing that they're doing the same things that we did while we were deployed, while we were in Texas, while we were anywhere in Washington, or even here in home state. They're doing the same things that we did, all right? But the problem is they do it every single day, and they need us to know that we're backing them, we're helping them. Look at all the fires, all the fire departments. Police officers are wanted every time there's something that goes wrong, but on the other hand, they want it the other way. The number of people that have been hurt by the movement one way or the other, we just want them to know that we've worn different boots, but maybe walked the same paths, or even if you look at it, we've walked different paths and wore the same boots. Veterans, first responders, they're all here to make us better, and that's all I can say. Again, first responders, veteran memorials, building, that's on the first Friday of the month. Y'all are welcome, come on out, and if you got an issue, if they say anything, just tell them I sent you. My name's Colin Bergstrom, and I got some cards, but here's the thing, it's kind of small, you know, we're veterans. We don't have like a great program. I mean, look at some of the stuff.
It's on our DAV calendar.
It's on their DAV calendar as well. So you're all welcome there, and you don't have to have adult beverages. We have food, we have other things, and there's stuff for the kids to play outside. It's a great environment. But thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Hope everybody goes and talks with David, because what Team Rubicon is doing is some amazing work, and they've really helped a lot of people, just not at the other end of the service, but also the people who are doing the volunteering.